The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Doubleheader for the Pirates and the Padres on Sunday. Not that you're going to see that because it's a Monday night, but the Pirates and Padres doubleheader from Three Rivers. Game 1, Oscar Gamble, a 2-run single in the first, put the Padres up 2-0. Then Omar Moreno, the power hitter, a 2-run shot, his 5th of the year, tied the game at 2. In the 4th, Duffy Dyer singled home Willie Stargell to make it 3-2. Dave Hamilton added to it with a fielder's choice, 4-2 Pittsburgh after 4. But San Diego, trying to fight to get in contention in the National League West, Ozzie Smith doubled home Tucker Ashford. 4-3 Pirates, and then Jerry Turner singled home the Wizard to tie the score at 4. But in the bottom of the 8th, Phil Garner singled home the Cobra Dave Parker to give the Pirates a 5-4 lead. Willie Stargell scored on a wild pitch by Mark Lee. Doesn't Mark Lee look a bit like Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys? Anyway, Grant Jackson's back. He takes the win. Eddie Whitson the save, and Mark Lee took the loss. That was Game 1. Could they sweep? No! Fernando Gonzalez with an RBI single, the former Pirate, to bring in Ozzie Smith in the first. 1-0 San Diego. Then Gene Tennis, a 3-run bomb, his 7th of the year. 4-0 Padres after 1. Bill Robinson doubled home Omar Moreno in the 4th to make it 4-1. And then that man, Gene Tennis, or Tenache, as some people might say, bombed a 2-run shot, his 8th of the year, to make it 6-1 in the 5th. The Pirates huffed and puffed. Frank Tavares doubled home Ken Maka to make it 6-2 in the 5th, and then Dave Parker's solo shot in the 6th made it 6-3, but they couldn't blow the doors down. Bob Shirley goes to 8-6, John Desquito gets the save, and Jerry Royce takes a loss as the Padres and Pirates split a doubleheader. Kissy your sister time. The Padres are 48-44, the Pirates are 47-39, and that's who we got next. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Baseball Replay 1978, Monday night, July 17th, from Three River Stadium. On the banks of the Monongahela, the Allegheny, and the Ohio, it is the Pittsburgh Pirates and San Diego Padres. Brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. Tonight, Gaylord Perry for the Padres and Bruce Keeson for the Pirates. If you could describe the weather, it would be sultry. It is summertime in Pittsburgh, and Terry Bradshaw is not here. 84 degrees, the wind's blowing in from right center, and so for the Padres who need to catch fire, the weather kind of is in their direction. The San Diego Padres, on the other hand, have kind of gotten some luck. Yes, they're winning the games that they should. They're winning them on the road, and with Houston and Cincinnati kind of sputtering, it is now a 4-way race with the Giants, Astros, and Reds for second place. If the Dodgers should stumble, and we're not saying that the Dodgers will stumble at all, someone else is there to pick up the pieces. But right now, it's the Dodgers division. The silver medal, however, can go to anybody. It's a 5-team race, but only for second place. So Bruce Keeson looking to go 6-3 on the year to face the Hall of Famer Gaylord Perry. And yep, we got the banner up. And it shouldn't fall. Thank the wife. She's a sweetheart. So as Bruce Keeson takes his warm-up tosses, we say hello to Big Clue. How are you? Keeson making his first start. He'd make 11 down the stretch. So the first of 11 big starts for Bruce Keeson and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Sweetie. His nickname is Sweetie. He has faced the Padres twice. This will be his first start. Good morning, Lorenzo. 4 innings, 4 hits, a run. It was earned. He's walked 2, and he's 2-0. So a good record for Keeson against the Padres. 91-mile-an-hour fastball and a ground ball pitcher. Good morning, Lorenzo. How are you? Big Clue just watched baseball season 78. So, yep. First of 7 games this week. We got a doubleheader for you later on. 9th game tomorrow night. 7:45 Eastern, 4:45 p.m. Pacific, and then noon times the rest of the way through Friday. He has not pitched since May 27th, Mr. Keeson hasn't, so he must be coming off the DL. 2 innings against Montreal and 2 strikeouts. So 28 and 2/3 innings, 21 hits. Is not allowed a homer. 8 runs, 4 earned. He's walked 12 and struck out 16. So as a reliever, 5-3 with a save. Mr. Forsberg, how are you this morning or this afternoon? So for the Padres, Gene Richards, who started the All-Star game in San Diego and left, will lead us off. Ozzie Smith will bat second at short. Perkins, not Marlin, will play first and bat third. Dave Winfield cleans up in center field. Jerry Turner in right field will bat fifth. Fernando Gonzalez, the former Pirate, will play second and bat sixth. Gene Tennis behind the plate will go seventh. Billy Allman is at third. He'll bat eighth. And Gaylord Perry is on the mound batting ninth. I don't know what Big Clue, you're the one that usually tells me the best of the stories there. Why is Bruce Keeson's nickname Sweetie? But my wife is a sweetheart. You know that. How you doing, Appa Chatter? Defensively for the Pirates, Bill Robinson is a 6-4 in left. Omar Moreno is 7-6 in center. Dave Parker, the Cobra, a 10-10 in right. And boy, do they need him to get hot right again if the Pirates are going to make a race of this in the National League East. Phil Garner, a 5 at third. Frank Tavares is a 6 at short. Rennie Sinet, a 6 at second. Willie Stargell, a 6 at first. Ed Ott, a 5 and a 3. And remember, Robbie Wartburg confirmed that Ed and Mel were not related. And Bruce Keeson on the mound is 7 with a perfect fielding percentage. And he should go about 7 innings. How you doing, Kurt Berglund? Got the snorkel ready. Gene Richards at 351. That's how you start All-Star games. 2 homers and 38 RBI. Game 92 for San Diego. And game 86 for Pittsburgh. Richards strikes out Keeson. His first start of the year, a 91-mile-an-hour fastball, late called strike 3. So here's the Wizard while he was just Aussie at 293, a homer and 32 RBI, and sitting on a 9-game hitting streak. Up the middle, a base hit. Past a diving Stinnett, full count, and the Wizards got a 10-game hitting streak. Here's Broderick Perkins at 345, no homers and 3 RBI. Broderick, the star of your Commons box at the baseball card store. Throw to first. Ozzie is back, but now is a better chance. So Pittsburgh will pitch out here. Runner goes to throw down to Tavares, and Ozzie is out. So 2 out on the good throw by Ott. Nobody on for Perkins. Top of the first, no score. And there's a ground ball right side, a base hit. So it's clear, it's warm, the wind's blowing in from right center at 13. And that'll bring up Dave Winfield at 299. Only 5 homers in the first half and change in 58 RBI. Runner goes. The throw down to Stinnett is in time. They threw him out. So Ed Ott throws out both base runners. We were going to concede the bag to there with 2 out, and Ott said, oh no. So that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. Half an inning in the books, and the Padres get 2 runners thrown out trying to steal. It's San Diego nothing. Here come the Pirates. Gaylord Perry making his 20th start. Nope, this is the Monday night game from July 17th. We are not quite matching on the calendar what you're seeing. And if you're watching on YouTube, it's about 10 days away. So the Cy Young Award winner for 1978 in real life is on the mound. 8-6, a 3.38 ERA. And his specialty, I've never seen this before. His specialty is the spitball. I love it. Ground ball pitcher, a bit of expectorant and Vaseline for Gaylord, and the fastball when he throws it at 82. He has faced the Pirates once. He lost 5 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. He walked 6 and struck out 5. And his last start was July 13th, last Sunday, against the Cubs. 8 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 3 and struck out 4. And so in 135 2/3 innings, he's thrown 134 hits, 11 homers, 59 runs, 51 earned. He's walked 39 and struck out 89. Goose Gossage gave him the nickname, okay? We're talking about Keeson here. Keeson's Pirates teammates coined him Sweetie and also Babyface because, well, there's Babyface and lanky frame. So here's a lineup for the Pirates. Frank Tavares will lead it off at short. Omar Moreno is in center field, about second. Dave Parker in right will hit third. Bill Robinson, danger, danger, cleans up in left. Willie Stargell is at first, he'll bat fifth. Rennie Stinnett at second will go sixth. Ed Ott behind the plate will bat seventh. Phil Garner at third will bat eighth, and Bruce Keeson, or Sweetie, 13 pitches in the first, he'll bat ninth. Defensively for San Diego, Gene Richards is a 6 and a 7 in left. Dave Winfield is a 7 and 9 in center. Jerry Turner a 3 and a 7 arm in right. Billy Allman, playing for a bunt I'm not going to do, is at third. He's an 8. Ozzie Smith isn't quite the wizard, but he's a Harry Potter for sure. He's a 9 at short. Fernando Gonzalez a 5 at second, and Broderick Perkins a 6 at first. Gene Tennis a 5 and a 6, and Gaylord Perry an 8 with a .966 fielding percentage. Tavares at .263, no homers, 2 triples, and 27 RBI. And no one with a pedigree quite like Earl Weaver credited Keeson's performance in the 71 series with turning his momentum around, the Pirates' momentum around. How you doing, Mr. Andrew? Sent me a nice picture of Johnny Unitas from Louisville today when he played college here, and he looked about 16. Perry delivers, and there's a ground ball base hit. So Tavares is on for Moreno. Yep, in real life, Perry won the Cy Young. But in this real-life game was an extra inning slugfest, and neither pitcher lasted too long. Moreno at .265. He's already hit 5 homers. That's 3 more than real life, and driven in 30. Infield back, Moreno. Ground ball to Allman. Only play is to first, maybe. The throw to Perkins is not in time. And Moreno had the afterburners on, and the Pirates have 2 on and nobody out for Dave Parker. At .355, 19 homers and 64 RBI. Perry loads up. Perkins to Smith for 1. Back over to Perkins. Do they double up Parker? Yes, they do. What a play by Perkins. And Ozzie had the pivot going right. So it's a 3-6-3 double play. And 2 out for Robinson. At .255, 4 homers and 42 RBI. So as we've done the last time we had the Pirates, they had their chances, but they're not taking advantage of them. Perry's pitch into center field. Winfield rides the bike and will make the catch to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. After 1, San Diego and Pittsburgh are scoreless. Maybe that's why Keeson grew the mustache. That picture's not from 78. I would venture to guess 82, 83, but not from 78. Dave Winfield, that might be from 78. 299, 5 homers, and 58 RBI. He was at the plate when Perkins was thrown out trying to steal. Into right, Parker, 1 out. Jerry Turner, look at the mutton chops on him. 308, a homer, and 12 RBI. Computers run in San Diego, so I can't make that happen. Keeson's pitch, Turner into right field, gonna drop in front of Dave Parker, and that's the 3rd hit. So here's Fernando Gonzalez at 248, a home run and 17 RBI. Keeson's pitch, up the middle, a base hit. Turner will go to 3rd, and Fernando is on 1st. So runners in the corners for Tennis. That has the look of some serious... Oh, that is definitely some serious tops airbrushing. It's Old Yankee Stadium in the background, for crying out loud. 232 for Gene at 8 homers and 39 RBI. Turner on 3rd, Gonzalez on 1st. No score, top the 2nd. Padres and Pirates on a Sunday afternoon, or a Monday night, here on Retro Sports Network. Struck him out. Keeson got him to guess wrong on a 1-2 fastball. So 2 out for Billy Allman. And the Pirates organist plays I'm a Ramblin' Man. Allman smiles. 226, no homers, and 19 RBI. Pitch to Billy. Struck him out. Keeson gets out of it. He fouled it right in the glove of Ed Ott, and Ed Ott says, I got it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. The Padres strand 2. After an inning and a half, San Diego nothing, Pittsburgh nothing. So Willie Stargell at 286, just 8 homers. Pirates aren't hitting a lot of those this year. Stinnett and Ott to follow. Infield playing back. Pitch to Willie. Ground ball past a diving Perkins, and Turner will pick it up. So Stargell reaches on a single. And that brings up Stinnett at 231, 4 homers and 31 RBI. Perry from the stretch. And what's the call? A balk! So Perry gets called for the balk. And remember, folks, you don't automatically get first base on the balk. Wink, wink. And so Perry says a few words to Al Red Sox fan behind the plate. Al says, you just keep spitting on the fastball, okay? Count is 2-1. Here's the pitch. Line drive. Allman leaps and makes a nutty play. And for the Padres, that's joy. And then so Gaylord Perry keeps up on the mounds to face Ott at 309, 2 homers and 19 RBI. Yep, that's a safe way to advance the fossil that is Willie Stargell. Pitch from Perry is a liner into right field that's going to go all the way to the wall. Stargell scores. Ott's going for 3rd. The throw to Allman is not in time. That's a triple for Ed Ott. And it's 1-0 Pittsburgh. And that'll bring up Garner at 270, 4 homers and 32 RBI. So 1 out. Infield playing back. Pitch from Perry. Garner, ground ball, left side, base hit. Ott will score. Ozzie got a late jump on it on the turf. Remember, San Diego is a grass field, and there just isn't a lot. He just not had He's not had the experience on the artificial surface that he would get with St. Louis. Yet without the balk, it would have been a double. Absolutely. Big sale, of course, at Dave Cook Sports. Yep. All the best seasons. Keeson's going to drop one here. Infield. Corners in. Keeson squares. Tennis. Throws to the Wizard for 1. They get Garner. Yes, Kurt. It's always nice not to have to explain the jokes. But yeah, you got it. So they get the lead runner. And there's 2 out for Tavares, who singled his first time up. So Gaylord Perry, 35 pitches through 9 batters. An inning and 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks and no strikeouts. Pitch to Tavares is a liner to Ozzie, and that will retire the side. 2 runs and 3 hits and no errors. We've played 2 at Three Rivers. Right now the home team's ahead. Pirates 2, Padres nothing. I'm taking a drink, Lorenzo. So here are the standings. The Dodgers have lost 3 straight, but the Astros have lost 4. And so the lead is still 9 games. Cincinnati has cut their deficit to 9.5. But there's a 4-way race for the silver right now in the National League West. In the East, the Pirates have stumbled. They lost, well, they split the doubleheader with San Diego if you weren't here for the Open. And they're 6 back of Philadelphia. In the American League, it's all kind of lining up nicely for one whale of a finish. Kansas City by 1 over the Rangers and Angels, and 2 over Minnesota and Chicago. And in the East, the Yankees and Orioles are in a flat-footed tie. Milwaukee is 1.5 back, and the Red Sox, I hate Don Zimmer. Can I safely say that? 43 and 45. They're a half game in front of Cleveland. All right, these games are up for 2 weeks on Twitch, by the way. So if you ever miss it and know it's there and want to see it sooner, you can catch it right then. So, but yeah, they'll go up on YouTube. So that's the standings at the moment. Gaylord Perry hitting .068. Nothing like playing for the wild card when there is no wild card. That would be a massive race in the National League, wouldn't it? Perry 3 for 44 with a double on the year. He does have an RBI. Keeson's delivery struck him out. 1-2 curve for strike 3. And so a very sloppy 44 pitches through 9 batters. 2 1/3 innings for Keeson. 4 hits and 4 strikeouts. Gene Richards is one of those 4. He's 0 for 1. To second, Stinnett over to first. And Richards is out. So 2 quick outs for Ozzie Smith, who singled his first time up. Ozzie hitting .295 right now. Looking for his 100th hit of the year. Ground ball to first. Stargell takes it to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. Padres go in order. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. 2-0 Pirates. So Allman and Perkins are just kind of standing by the dish here, waiting for a bunt. Moreno singled his first time up. He's not going to bunt if you're expecting it. Jeez. Ground ball, base hit, right side. Turner will pick it up. And that's the 6th hit for Pittsburgh. And that puts Moreno on first. 37 steals on the year. Here's Parker. He's 0 for 1. There goes Omar to throw down to second. Not in time. Not a chance. And now Moreno is getting a big lead off of second. Parker trying to distract Perry. Runner goes. Nope, they're just going to walk him. So Parker gets the free pass. An intentional walk in the 3rd inning. And that'll bring up Bill Robinson. See the percentages? Guess what we're going to do? Double steal, the throw to 3rd. Moreno's in there. So Omar gets 38, and Omar gets 39. So he and Jack Benny have something in common. And so runners on 2nd and 3rd with nobody out for Bill Robinson, who's 0 for 1. A 1-0 count. Struck him out. He got him. Perry battled back for 3 straight strikes. And there's 1 out for Stargell, who singled and scored in the 2nd. Perry. Up the middle, Winfield will make the catch. Moreno will tag. They're going to send him. The run will score. It's 3-0 Pittsburgh. Is it McNamara in 78? Don't get me started. Don't get me started on John McNamara. Rene Stinnett 0 for 1. So Parker on second and 2 out. Here's the pitch from Perry. Base hit right field. Parker will round third and score. And Perry has been torched. It's 4-0 here. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Stinnett on first for Ott, who tripled his 4th of the year. Oh, Roger Craig managed the Padres. Well, let's see. Can I tell from here? Roger Craig. Roger Craig. He may not have started the year, but that's who it was at the end of the year. So Ott to face Perry, 2 out, bottom of the third, 4-0 Pittsburgh. Struck him out. A little more Vaseline, and that did it. He swung on and missed. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors. After 3, Pittsburgh 4, San Diego nothing. The game card only shows who managed at the end of the year. So that's how I know, although if we get a Yankee game this week, it's still Billy Martin, but the game will credit Bob Lemon. Broderick Perkins says, I want all the credit for myself. He's got a single. He's 1 for 1. And Keeson's sitting on a 4-run lead as we start the top of the 4th. Ball 4. So, full count. Pitch was high. That brings up Winfield as 0 for 1. Throw to first. Perkins is back. Mack was an Angels coach in 78. And, of course, would manage the Reds in 79. Pitch out. Perkins not going. And the count is a ball and no strikes. Struck him out. Winfield checked the swing on a 1-2, and there's one away. So that's the 5th from Keeson. Brings up Jerry Turner, who singled his first time up. Roger Craig came from Detroit, pretty much taught the split finger, and of course had all that success about a decade later with the San Francisco Giants. Whitfield, as I'm hearing from the crowd. Pitch to Turner is up the middle, a base hit. That'll drop in front of Moreno. Perkins will hold at second. 5th hit for the Pods, and that'll bring up Fernando Gonzalez, who singled his first time up. So this is going to be a bullpen game. You just get that feeling. Gonzalez into right field. That's going to drop in front of Parker. Perkins will round third and score without a throw. Turner goes to third, 4-1. Yeah, who would have thought that the 78 Padres would have had 3 Hall of Famers? You would have figured Winfield. He was really good. And Perry, of course, would be a Hall of Famer. But I don't think anyone thought Ozzie Smith would be. And don't forget, you got Raleigh Fingers in the pen. So they have 4 Hall of Famers on this roster. Pitch to Tennis. Hit him! And they're loaded. And again, the natives are getting restless here in Pittsburgh. For Billy Allman, who struck out his first time up. Turner on third. Gonzalez on second. And Tennis on first. Yeah, and Tennis and Lolich both in the Hall of the Very Good. Pitch. And there's a ground ball to Stargell. He'll throw to Tavares to get Tennis. Allman's going to probably beat it out. The throw to first is not in time. There's 2 out, but it's 4-2. So they allow the run to score. Allman on first, Gonzalez on third for Gaylord Perry, who struck out his first time up. Keeson deliver, and there's a base hit into right center field. Perry's chugging for 2, and he's got the double. And it's 4-3 Pittsburgh. Even the gunner, Bob Prince, watching from the stands, is biting on his nails. So Keeson threw 18 batters, 83 pitches, 3 2/3 innings, 7 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Richards is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Allman on third, Perry on second. Pitch to Richards, ball 4. And the first start for Bruce Keeson is in neutral. And that brings up Ozzie Smith. He's 1 for 2. Allman on third, Perry on second, and Richards on first. And Keeson will be pinch hit for in the bottom of the 4th. He's now literally in relief of himself. Pitch to Ozzie, ground ball to Garner. He goes to Sinet for the force, and that finally retires the side. Padres 3 runs on 3 hits and no errors, and they leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 4-3 Pittsburgh. So Garner's not going to bunt. He singled and drove in his 33rd of the year, his first time up. Pitch to Phil is a little number to Perkins, who flips it over to Perry for the out. And Keeson's just going to be pinch hit for. Who can hit a righty? Steve Bry. So the Pirates are going to need to get 5 innings out of their pen. Bry at 213, no homers and 7 RBI. Perry, who's not covering himself in glory in this game, is not out of it. Pitch to Bry, ground ball, left side, base hit. So for the Pirates, that's their 8th knock. And that'll bring up Tavares. 18 batters deep for Perry. 70 pitches, 3 1/3 innings. 8 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. So just like real life, this will be a bullpen game very early. Tavares 1 for 2 with a single. Ground ball to Gonzalez. They get Bry at second. No throw to first. And it goes 4-6 on the fielder's choice. For Omar Moreno, who has singled twice, scored his 58th of the year, and stolen 2. Perry's pitch into center field. Winfield goes back there and makes the catch to retire the side. We got a pitching change. We've played 4, Pittsburgh 4, San Diego 3. And it's Jim Bibby, who can go 75 pitches, and he better go them all because the Pirates bullpen coming off the doubleheader is a bit tired. Bibby, at 33 years old, is 4-3 with a save. This is his 17th appearance. He will make 7 starts down the stretch. He has lost his last 3 decisions. Has an ERA of 2.71. He is a fly ball pitcher. He is a fastball pitcher at 88. And he has pitched a ton against the Padres. This is his 6th appearance. 9-2, and that does include a start. 13 hits, 6 runs all earned. He's walked 3 and struck out 9 for an ERA of well over 5.5. He went 2 1/3 last night in one of those games. 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He's walked 1 and struck out 2. So 63 innings, 55 hits, 3 homers. He's given up 24 runs, 19 earned, 17 walks, and 48 strikeouts. It's warm in here, so the fan's coming on. And so Perkins walked and singled. He's 1 for 1. I got a good buddy, Mr. Vaughn. Mr. Vaughn, I love Mark Vaughn, by the way. Sent me an email yesterday. He said the legal teams wanted my contact to set up. I did not slander their gaming franchise. I gave it all sorts of love. I just said it was complex. If it's Mr. Vaughn, I love him to pieces. He is a great guy. There you go, Lorenzo. You try turning that into a slander against me, and I just give you love, because... Here's Perkins. I told you that already. Pitch to Broderick is a ground ball to Stargell. Takes to the bag himself, one out. Bibby needs to go probably the rest of the way. Here's Winfield. You know, they called him Whitfield, but he only struck out 81 times in 78 and 587 at-bats. That's not terrible. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout today. But this time it's a base hit left center field. He's going for 2. The throw from Moreno is not in time. So Winfield wipes the dirt off his pants. And a one-out double, the tying run in scoring position for Jerry Turner, who has singled twice and scored. In the right, Parker in the corner for the out. Winfield tags and he'll bluff, but does not move. So for Fernando Gonzalez, who singled twice and scored, drove in his 18th run and scored his 18th run. I didn't tell you, the ballpark, surprisingly enough, is playing as an offensive park today. Batting average is 9 and 6% above average. 9 for the lefties, 6 for the righties. And for the home runs, plus 14 for the lefties and plus 16 for the righties. Lorenzo says, now Frankie, my female guard. I thought that was Tommy. Did they switch the guards on you? Tells me if they want to upgrade from the watery soup to grill, I need to allow for some wonder. Oh, hey. Sharing is caring, Lorenzo. Sharing is caring. Pitch to Gonzalez is into right field. Parker in the corner, and that's out of play. Somebody from McKeesport made that catch. And the count is 0-2. Pitch from Bibby. Struck him out. So Gonzalez goes down by way of the K. Halfway home. Time for the break. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. It's the Pirates 4. I'm taking a drink. San Diego 3. I gotta tell you, as you look at the recap, that I've hit that sweet spot with the iced coffee where it's really cold, but not quite watered down yet. That's my favorite. 2 runs in the second for Pittsburgh. Ott with a triple that scored Stargell, and then Garner with a single. And then Willie Stargell with another single to make it 3-0, and Sinet singled home Parker. But the Padres bounced back in the fourth to chase Bruce Keeson, including a double by Gaylord Perry. And that's how we got to 4-3. So Keeson, 4 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs all in, and he walked 2 and struck out 5. Will not get a decision. He can't get the win because he didn't go 5. Yep. Winfield has struck out 13% of the time with the Padres. 6th highest on the team. Way behind Nate Colbert or Billy Allman. But, you know, I think for the fans, in one of those cases where the perception is different from the reality, is that Winfield was expected to do everything. And so when he couldn't perform, and he might have had a better, he might have done it more often with runners in scoring position. That's when you pay more attention, and if he strikes out more that way, that would be, there. But 81 strikeouts in 1978 was not a little. That was a lot. By today's standards, is not much. Parker's 0 for 1, and now he's got a base hit in the right field. And that's out of the bottom of the 5th starts. 9th hit off of Perry. Here's Robinson, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Perry, throw to first. Parker back. So I don't think that they're wrong, but under today's filters, it's not a lot. Ground ball to Ozzie might be 2. Gonzalez for 1. I think Robinson will beat out the throw. Perkins points, and no, Robinson's there. Now, yep. So Parker with a roll block slide into Gonzalez. And some tempers are fugit now. So runner on is Robinson for Stargell. Singled and drove home a run. But the two events were not on the same at-bat or same plate appearance. He had a sac flies last time up. 4-3, and Robinson goes to second on the balk. So Perry gets called for a second balk of the game. And he's barking at him. So you got to come to a stop. And he didn't. Yeah, I'm sure it was an expectation thing, and some Reds fans are always going to be unhappy when Votto doesn't hit 40. So the pitch to Stargell, popped up left side. Allman reaches in the stands, grabs a handful of Cracker Jacks from some poor kid from Pittsburgh, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. 2 in a game. Yep. Pitch to Stargell, struck him out. He got him to swing on a 1-2 spitter, and that'll bring up Stinnett, who's 1 for 2. He is singled and driven in a run. Perry looking for his 9th win of the year, and Pittsburgh, however, would love to tag him with loss number 7. Pitch to Rennie is a ground ball to third. Allman snap throw over to first, and Stinnett is retired. No runs, a hit, and no errors. After 5, Pittsburgh 4, San Diego 3. Stargell's nickname at this age should have been Plops. That's funny. So Bibby, who's going to have to bat, he really is the only pitcher on Pittsburgh that's healthy. Tennis, Allman, and maybe Perry here in the 6th. Gene is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and got hit by a pitch in the 4th. Bibby delivers, ball 4. Brings up Billy Allman. 0 for 2, drove in a run and struck out. Pitch. Got him. Bibby got him to chase or a check swing. An 0-2 fastball. So 1 out for Perry. Garner and Stargell play for the bunt. Perry stays in the game. There goes Tennis to throw down to second. They got him! So Ed Ott has thrown out 3 runners. And there's 2 out. Oh, I didn't even look at that. Yep. So the Padres are running themselves out of offense. Not trouble. They're running themselves into trouble. This age thing is contagious, Lorenzo. Pitch to Perry. Ball 4. And so Bibby thought he was out of the inning. And then he lost Perry on a 3-1 inside. For Richards, who's 0 for 2. He has walked once and struck out. Bibby from the wind. Popped up left side. Garner has it for the out. So, no runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 4-3 Pittsburgh. So, Ott, Garner, and Bibby, who's going to stay in the game because the Pirates' bullpen was spent in the doubleheader yesterday. Ott tripled his 4th of the year, 1 for 2, has scored, driven in a run, and struck out. Little ground ball to Gonzalez coming in. Throws it over to first, and that is out number 1. Garner's not going to bunt. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Padres. 7 left on. 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Pittsburgh. They've left on 5. Pitch to Garner's, ball 4. And now they're going to bunt for Bibby. Jim can hit. He's hitting 143 with a solo homer. He squares, the infield's playing, and it goes foul. So the count is 0-2. There goes Garner, the throw down to second, and Garner has it stolen. So Bibby will take the strikeout. Garner moves to second, so it's a sacrifice without a sacrifice. And that brings up Tavares. So through 27 batters, Perry at 101 pitches, 5 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, all earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 4. Tavares is 1 for 3. He's got a single. Lorenzo, they're not going to tamper with your copy of FM 2020. How are you doing in the Russian Premier League anyway? Pitch to Frank. Garner goes down to third, and I hit the wrong button. I had the mouse on steal instead of bat, and so the runner gets crossed up, and Garner's thrown out trying to steal third. First base coach gave the wrong sign, and that will retire the side. Uncle Ron goofs, no runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the 7th, 4-3 Pittsburgh. Wow. I foobered. So here's the Wizard. He's 1 for 3. Pitch to Ozzie is a line drive base hit right down the line. Throw to second. Ozzie's in with a double. Ozzie just kept running all the way. And not even Parker's good arm could get his speed. So 9 hits for both teams. And now bring up Broderick Perkins, who is 1 for 2. He has walked, singled, and scored. So Lorenzo got torpedoed by Torpedo Moscow yesterday 2-0, but in third place in an 18-game not winning streak. What's the word I'm looking for? 18-game run without a loss. Ozzie's no Gary Templeton for sure. Pitch to Perkins. Up the middle. Sinet dives behind the bag. Has it. Throws to Stargell and out. Yeah, draws are there. But it's not a winning streak. There's another word I'm looking for. 1 out and the tying run on third for Winfield. And they're going to walk him. They're going to set up the double play. They'd rather pitch to Jerry Turner, who's 2 for 3. Has singled twice and scored. Big Clue played yesterday and finished in second place. It was Chinese checkers. So lots of speed on the bases. Let's see what they do with Winfield. Runner goes. They throw down to second. Bibby over to Tavares. They got him. So Ed Ott has thrown out 4 runners. Four for 4 and throwing out runners. And so Ozzie Smith is on third. Turner has an 0-1 count. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Pitch from Bibby. Ground ball to Stinnett over to first, and the side is retired. Stretch time, 4-3 Pittsburgh. So a dandy for you. Tavares 1 for 3. He was at the plate when the inning ended. Dale, games without a loss. I thought there was a better word for that, though. And I'm blanking on it. But that works. Dale Murphy led the National League in strikeouts with 145. Still doing some catching. And speaking of catching, don't forget Andy Griffith right after the game on Turner Broadcasting. Hope He Learns to Shave is tonight's episode, followed by Casablanca and an all-new episode of Tush right here on TBS. Tavares 1 for 3, got himself a single. Playing for a bunt, and it's a line drive to Ozzie, 1 away. Moreno 2 for 3, he's got 2 steals on the day. His single twice. Again, they're playing for the bunt. 4-3, bottom of the 7th, Pittsburgh hanging on. Pitch from Parry is a ground ball to Gaylord, over to first for the out. Brings up Dave Parker, who's 1 for 2. Stole his 12th of the year on a double steal. Unbeaten. Thank you so much. That's the word I was looking for. I knew it was a winning streak. Unbeaten. Lorenzo saves the day. Pay yourself $1, Lorenzo. Pitch to Parker is a line drive to third. Allman's there, and that's the inning. After 7, no runs, no hits, no... Nope, not a hit at all. It's after 7, 4-3 Pittsburgh. So Fernando Gonzalez, Gene Tennis, and Billy Allman. Thank you, sir. Gonzalez 2 for 3. He has singled twice, driven in a run, and scored, and also struck out. Bibby trying to get... He's got 9 outs in 35 pitches to get the last 6. And I suppose they might be able to go with Tecovi for a batter or 2. But the Pirates really want Bibby to finish this one. Pitch to Gonzalez, and that's line foul. Somebody from Johnstown. How you doing? Jamie tuning in for the end of the ball game. 7:45 Eastern tomorrow night, 4:45 Pacific for tomorrow night's game. And we'll tell you about that after we're done with this. And then noon baseball for the end of the week. There's a double header in there somewhere, and I'm thinking it's Thursday. So, yeah, I think it is Thursday. And the double header, Lorenzo, 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific. Just because it takes me 2 hours to do. Jim Bibby just looks so happy in that picture, doesn't he? Pitch to Gonzalez. A ground ball to Tavares at short. Over to Stargell for the out. And there's 1 out. For Tennis, who is walked, struck out, he's 0 for 1. They bled blue. I assume that it's about the Dodgers. Tennis is struck out and is only official at that. He's been hit by a pitch and walked. In the left, Robinson, teardrops right in his glove. 80 degrees and that wind is blowing in at 19 from right center field. The 81 Dodgers. Throw your sombrero in the air and say hello. Andale to Fernando Valenzuela. And don't forget, you can now get your Dodger dogs at Ralph's Vons and at Safeway. Here's Allman. He's 0 for 3. He has struck out twice and driven in a run. The pitch struck him out. Bibby gets out of it on a 2-2. So he'll have plenty in the tank for the 9th. After 7.5, Pittsburgh 4, San Diego 3. Well, Fernando just had the best 81. And he would go out there and throw 9 innings and win. He came up in the latter half of 80. But I think he was still technically a rookie in 81, wasn't he, Lorenzo? Robinson, by the way, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Stargell and Stinnett to follow. Gaylord Perry trying to get the complete game here. And there's a ground ball. Ozzie Smith dives behind the bag over to first for the out. Oh-ho, he may not be the wizard, but Harry's apprentice is playing pretty well. And that brings up Stargell. 1 for 2. He is singled, struck out. Pitch to Wilver is a little nubber to Allman. He better hurry over to Perkins. Not in time. And that'll do it. And that'll bring in Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys. Actually, it's Mark Lee. And we'll do a double switch. Tucker Ashford's coming into play second. Lee making his 40th appearance of the year. He is 1-1 with a 2.04 ERA. This is his 7th appearance against the Pirates. 7 in the third innings, 13 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 3. An ERA of about 3.70, and he has a loss. He pitched last night in one of the games of the doubleheader. Allowed a run, 2 runs, 1 earned, and 3 hits in 1 inning, and walked 1. 57 in the third innings, 54 hits, 19 runs, 13 earned. He's a fastball, ground ball pitcher, plus at 86. He's walked 19 and struck out 25. Team wanted to, we're talking about Fernando, pitch him in the one-game playoff against Houston. But because the Dodgers went out and got Dave Goltz as a free agent, Goltz got the start. And with all the Latino fans in L.A., I mean, especially the Mexicans, that was right in Fernando's wheelhouse. And Tommy just rode him to death. You know, being Mexican to wind up the screwball, winning all those games. Oh, absolutely. He might, if it wasn't for the strike, he might have won 25 that year. He really was on, and Tommy just burned him out. Stinnett, by the way, 1 for 3. He's got a RBI and a single. And Fuego was the right word there. Pitch to Stinnett, and there's a ground ball to Smith. Might be 2. Ashford for 1 over to Perkins. Stinnett, I think, beat it out. He did. So Ashford, who's only a 3 at second, couldn't turn a 2, so it goes 6-4 on the fielder's choice for Ed Ott, who was thrown out 4 runners trying to steal the day. 1 for 3. He's got a triple, an RBI, a strikeout, and a run scored. Oh, you might hear En Fuego, but you certainly won't hear Fernando Valenzuela. Yet Teddy Higuera for the Brewers, as Kurt Berglund would tell you, was a really good pitcher. And they rode him too hard. Pitch to Ott is a liner to right. Turner's there. And that will retire the side. So, Jim Bibby trying to get 3 more outs. He's going to face Tucker Ashford, maybe. Gene Richards and Ozzie Smith. We go to the top of the 9th, 4-3 Pittsburgh. So Ashford, we'll see if he hits. 173, 2 homers, and 10 RBI. This might be your Oscar Gamble moment. He will stay in the ball game. Hits 1 to short. Tavares in front of the bag at second. Over to Stargell. 1 out. So Bibby would get the win here. He would go to 5-3. But he's got to face 2 more outs. Gene Richards is 0 for 3. He has walked 1 and struck out 1. Bibby delivers. Ball 4, and the tying run is on. For the Wizard, Ozzie Smith, who is 2 for 4, and man, can he bunt. And so here's a situation. They all have S's here by their names. And the only one available that doesn't have an S by his name is tomorrow's starter, Don Robinson. Jerry Royce threw 114 pitches yesterday. Dave Hamilton, 41. Grant Jackson, 27. Kent DeColvey went 4 straight days. Throw to first. Richards is back. They'll pitch out. There goes Gene to throw down to Tavares. No! This time Richards will steal it. And they're going to play for the bunt because Ozzie can do that and do that well. Garner and Stargell come in. Here's the pitch. Popped up behind the plate. Off to the screen. Makes the catch. And now there's 2 out. And so Broderick Perkins at the moment, 1 for 3. He has singled, walked, and scored. The tying run on second. Garner, a pinch hitter, and Tavares if the game is tied. Perkins will hit. And it gets away from Ott. It's a pass ball, and the tying run is now 90 feet away. Well, if you got a fingernail left in Pittsburgh, it might be time to chomp it. So Bibby takes his time. Richards, the tying run on third. From the set. Struck him out, and the Pirates hang on. He got him on a curveball swinging. And for Pittsburgh, that is a big, big win. So Jim Bibby, who got pressed to throw 69 pitches, gets the win. 5 innings, 2 hits. He walked 4 and struck out 4. Gaylord Perry takes the loss. Oh, hold on a sec. Itchy nose. Don't you hate that? 7 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 4 runs all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 4. But he couldn't finish it. But Mark Lee did his best. Oh my God, I don't really have much of a voice for a doubleheader. We already went an hour and 1 minute for this. So that's the 4 runs, 10 hits, and no errors for Pittsburgh. They get the win. San Diego falls to 48 and 45. Pittsburgh goes to 48 and 39. Padres 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. And our digital dice player of the game is going to be Ed Ott. Not only did he have a triple, he threw out 4 runners trying to steal. All right, so hopefully that's in the library for you. So, you see what's behind me. I finally got up there. So that is the first game of the day. So let's play the rest of the day in baseball, shall we? Oh, pretty full schedule today for a Monday. And it's not good news for the Dodgers. The Cubs beat him 8-5. Rick Russell gets the win. He goes to 11-6. Tommy John takes the loss. Bobby Mercer, a stolen base and 3 walks. Mets beat the Braves. In game 1 of a doubleheader, 8-5, Nino Espinoza and you gets the win. He goes to 7-9. John Stearns is 10th of the year. Game 2, Atlanta 12, New York 3. Scott gets the win. The Sarge, Gary Matthews 2 for 3 with a homer and 3 RBIs. Texas shuts down Baltimore 3-0. Steve Comer goes to 3-0. Reggie Cleveland gets to save. Cincinnati beats Montreal, so the lead now is 8 games because Houston wins. Cincinnati 7-6. Dave Tomlin gets the win. He goes to 2-1. Ross Grimsley with the loss. Johnny Bench with his 18th of the year. Boston wins. Boston wins. They beat Minnesota 10-4. Louis Tiant beats Dave Goltz. What were we just talking about, Dave? Dewey Evans 2 for 3 with his 12th of the year. Freddie Lynn with 4 hits. Yankees beat the Royals 6-5. Catfish Hunter's first win of the year beats Paul Splittorff. Greg Nettles 2 for 3 with a triple. The Cardinals beat the Giants 5-4. Mark Littell goes to 5-6. Larry Herndon 2 for 3 with a triple and a stolen base. Houston beat Philadelphia. How about that? Joe Negro 8-4 on the year gets the win. The late Bob Watson 2 for 4 with a double. Milwaukee beat Chicago 6-5. Mike Caldwell goes to 11-6. Don Money with the 7th of the year. Oakland beats Toronto 6-5. Sosa gets the win. He goes to 4-5. Detroit shuts out California 5-0. Baker goes to 2-3. Alan Trammell 4 for 4, 3 RBI and 3 doubles. And last but not least, Seattle 7, Cleveland 5. Support chat tonight. Tomorrow is the night game, 7:45 Eastern Time, Baltimore and Texas from Memorial Stadium. Here's the standings. Philadelphia by 5 now over Pittsburgh. The Dodgers lead is 8. Don't panic all at once over Houston. 8.5 over Cincinnati. 10.5 over San Diego. And 11 over San Francisco. Yankees lead the Orioles by 1 game. Milwaukee by 8.5. I still want Don Zimmer fired. They're 8 back. Kansas City and Texas are 48 and 41. California 1 back. Minnesota and Chicago 2 back. Yep, that was the banner. All right. So have yourself a great afternoon. Support chat tonight, 6:30. Don't forget, night game tomorrow, Texas and Baltimore. Let's see. And noon Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday, Lorenzo, 11:30 Eastern, 8:30 Pacific, because that is a doubleheader. So that's 4:45. It's afternoon for you. 4:45 tomorrow and 8:30 Thursday morning. The rest of the times are the standard. Until then, I'm Ron Juckett. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.